Okay, I have filmed this video 2 times already, and both times there has been a focusing issue, so I am praying that this is in focus. Hey guys, it's Genevieve. Welcome to or back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my best advice and tips for online school. As some of you may know, I did online school for 3 years, from grade 10 up until I graduated, and I was actually able to graduate early because I did online school. So it definitely can have its perks. I just quickly want to, I guess, debunk one of the common misconceptions or common assumptions about online school, and that is that it's easier than public school, that you don't get as much work, it's just all around not as difficult as regular school, and that is definitely not the case. In some ways it's definitely a lot harder than public school. I'd say that they are equally as difficult, just in different ways. But nonetheless, during the 3 years that I did online school, I did learn a lot of different techniques and tactics that ended up really helping me, so I thought it would be the perfect time to share those tips with you guys so that you can also benefit from them and hopefully have an easier time with online school. So my first tip, and definitely probably the most important tip, is to prep. No matter what courses you're taking, you're probably gonna get some kind of course outline, course overview, like basically a list of all of the assignments, projects, tests, exams, all of that stuff. You're gonna get a list of everything. And the best advice I can give you is to, if you can, print that out. Once you have that list, then every time you finish an assignment or a project or a test, whatever it is, you can cross it off. And basically what this does is it gives you a clear overview of everything that you have to do. You can actually count up and see, okay, I have 83 tasks to complete until I'm done the course. And for me, this was just really motivating because every time I finished something, I got to cross it off and I would gradually see that total number drop down. And this, I think, is the reason why I was able to fast track, because once I crossed off one thing, I just immediately wanted to, you know, cross off the next and get that one done. If you are looking for a little bit more motivation, this might work very well for you. On the flip side, if you think that seeing everything written out would overwhelm you, honor that and do some other form of prep. I'm sure that there's tons of different methods of preparing for a course, so you can do some of your own research and find something that works for you. My next tip is on a similar note, but just like scaled down to just one day at a time, and that is to schedule your day right when you wake up. Or you can also do it the night before if you're just like a little bit extra prepared. Get a piece of paper, get your notebook, get your planner, whatever it is, and just write out everything that you have that day. Whether it's a Zoom call, an assignment that you want to get done, some other like life thing that's going on that day. Write it all down so that you have a clear picture of what your day is going to look like, so you don't, you know, start feeling lost and like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do today? I have so many things that I could be doing, but I'm not doing any of it because I feel stuck. You don't want to get to that point, so by writing everything out, it just really helps you stay mentally calm and just like compartmentalize everything. So I'm no longer in school anymore, but I am still using this tip, and I'm gonna put my hand over the actual like journaling section, but as you can see, I just have like a list right here of everything that I did on this specific Thursday. So I knew that I had contortion that day, so I have that written down. I had whatever social media things that I wanted to get done that day written down. I had some like self-care things written down that I really wanted to prioritize for that day. Yeah, I just literally write every single thing down that I want to get done, and then it just really helps me stay calm. If you are going to use this tip, write it down on like a physical piece of paper, not your phone or laptop, because personally I know that if I have yet another reason to check my phone, I'm going to get caught up in the whole scrolling time warp and just lose track of time. My next tip is more of a statement, and that is no grub life for you. You do not want to be staying in your pajamas from the moment you wake up all the way until you go to bed that night, because you are just not going to feel good. You're not going to get as much stuff done, and if you have any form of social interactions that day, you're just going to feel really bad about yourself. So just get up, put on some nice clothes, even if it's just like other comfy clothes. Maybe brush your hair, do some skincare, throw on some makeup if you want, like anything that is just going to make you feel a little bit more put together. Obviously you don't have to do these things. Personally, it's just really good for my mindset. But yeah, all of these things really do add up, so they're super important to just your general well-being. My next tip is to just get up. I know it is super tempting, especially if you have a more flexible schedule now, to just like let yourself sleep in. you know, take that extra 2 hours to lay in bed and watch TikToks or YouTube videos. I know, I've been there, but trust me, your stress is going to be so much higher if you do that. I would highly recommend just getting up. If you're sleeping in an extra hour and a half-ish, like that's obviously totally fine, but you just don't want to cut your day short by sleeping in. And to go along with that last tip, get pumped to get up in the morning. Maybe it's making a drink, maybe it's going for a short walk, reading, dancing to some music in your room, whatever it is that's actually going to make you feel a little bit excited to wake up. I think that we should be having our mornings as self-care and just like doing things that are going to make you feel energized and happy and just overall be a better person. My next tip is to have designated breaks for yourself. Set like a 30-minute timer on your phone. Allow yourself to, maybe you need to get a snack, maybe you need to check your phone, just have a mental break and chill out for a minute. And then when you are working, turn your phone either off, on airplane mode, on do not disturb. Get it out of sight, out of mind, so that you're not, you know, getting caught up in like seeing a notification and then wanting to check your phone constantly. That definitely was something that I should have been better about, because I wasted a hell of a lot of time on my phone instead of doing school, and it could have helped me way more to just turn it off. Okay, my battery died, so sorry if like the background changed a little bit. I actually used to also have this app called Forest. This is not at all sponsored. It was just a free app at the time that I could use to grow these like study trees. If you studied for like 6 hours, then you could actually plant a real tree, or more so you could pay to have a tree planted. I only did this like a handful of times because obviously I can't just like afford to constantly be planting trees, but I thought it was a really cool motivator, because if you exited the app for any reason, then it would kill the tree. So obviously I didn't want to kill the tree, so I would just constantly keep studying, and it actually helped me get a lot of essays done and just like longer projects. My next tip is to have a proper space. Proper space is so key to your productivity, your mood, your physical health. I know that it's super tempting to work on your bed or work on the couch or just like in some kind of comfy place in your house. Having a desk, even a kitchen table or dining table, something that's a like sturdy flat surface that you can work at, it's just so much better, because then you're not balancing all of your books and your laptop and everything on your lap. You can actually spread it all out. You can have space to properly do your work. So it is super important, and it's also just going to keep you more alert while you're working. My next tip is a little bit of a weird one, and like, I don't know, just like take with it what you will, but that is to keep in contact, specifically with your teachers. Even in like normal school, I was always kind of attempting to be that like teacher's pet kind of person, even though I was seeing my teachers a lot less. Whenever I had to go in to take a test, or whenever I was messaging them asking for help or something, I was always trying to be as friendly as possible, because I mean, I think building connections with people in any area of your life is important. This sounds so bad, but like this worked out well for me, just like being a friendly person, having conversations, like genuine conversations. I'm not saying to go out and have just like these fake shallow conversations with people, but being just a nice person has kind of helped me in some ways. On a couple of occasions, I was able to, you know, get a little bit of extra help with an assignment, or have a midterm or final exam omitted. Hi, I'm editing right now, and I feel like I really need to just clarify some things in regards to this tip, because it sounds like I am some kind of malicious person that just is nice to people for the sole purpose of their own personal gain. Not what I'm saying in the slightest. When I was having these conversations, this is just kind of in my nature to have conversations with people. I don't know, I like to say I'm a pretty friendly person, so it was literally just coming from a place of like wanting to have a conversation with someone, not out of any other reasons. So really the only message I am trying to communicate with this tip is to just be a nice person to your teachers specifically. I think that teachers deserve a lot more respect and a lot more credit than what they get. My mom's actually a teacher, so I know the stuff that she goes through, so I just really want to remind you to be nice to your teachers. Whether or not it helps you or not, it is an important thing to do. Anyway, hopefully this clears it up and I'm not like, I don't know, gonna get in trouble for saying any of this. This whole video is really just my opinion, my advice. If it helps, great. If it doesn't, if you just completely disregard all of what I said in this video, that is fine too. It is your personal right to make your own mind up about things. Resume the video. On a similar note, make sure to still prioritize spending time with your friends. Even if it's not in person, try to like schedule, you know, separate like Zoom calls or FaceTime calls, even just like texting your friends frequently. This is something I should have been so much better at, but I just didn't. But it's super important right now because having connections with people, having connections with our friends, maintaining those relationships. Maybe you and your friends can have like little study sessions together on Zoom. Whatever it is that you and your friends want to do, I would just say do it, because you need that social interaction, especially if you're an extrovert. So that is all of my advice for online school. If you guys have any other like questions that are online school related, leave them in the comments below and I can respond to you and hopefully help you even further. Other than that, you can give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. You can subscribe and tick the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. And you can also follow me on Instagram at genevieve.mason to see more of my journey and support me further on my journey. And with all that being said, I hope to see you in my next video.
Both called it from the beginning. Called it. We knew that the right to be nice. Knew that the right to be nice. We do what we